Hey buddy, what's up? Yeah, as you can probably see, I mentioned this yesterday, although you couldn't really see it that much or hear me very much because of the wind. But yeah, I got my hair cut. And clean shaved, well, not totally clean shaved. The stubbles are growing back in, so you can see that. I guess you could say it's the 5 o'clock shadow that's showing up. But anyway, you can see up there what I'm here to talk about. I'm not talking about the monthly opinions yet. Those will probably be in another day or so, maybe at night. But I am here to talk about something comic book related. You know, ever since Archie Comics released Sonic Universe, one constant thing people have had a complaint about is that any time the universe stories tie into a main story in the comic, and I mean directly tie into it, it seems the universe stories, basically what it is, it seems the universe stories take place right after the events of the main story. Okay? Or right before, or whatever the case is. You know, sometimes there will be stories released by but by Universe. By Universe that are their own individual stories. In other words, the stories that, well, you know, in a sense they do tie in or have some connection to the main story, but most times they don't. You see, the biggest examples that fans have that enjoy Universe, and believe me, they do, I mean, I do, whenever I get a chance to order a subscription. One thing fans do have a problem with when it comes to Universe is, like I was saying at the beginning, when the story arc, 4-part story arc or 2-part, 3-part, whatever it's going to be as we get to the 50th issue, anytime it ties in, and I mean really ties in and connects with the main story, it's almost like it's a spoiler alert. It's almost like it's either a spoiler alert for either the main comic or the universe. What I'm trying to say is, right now we got the Secret Freedom Fighter story going on. Alright? We got the Secret Freedom Fighter story going on. Now, I think recently we had the Scourge story. I think that was what happened before. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened before this one. But getting into what I'm saying, the Secret Freedom Fighter stories seems to take place after 238. Now here's what's funny about this. Now we all know scheduling can sometimes conflict with things. Well, the biggest conflict here in scheduling is the fact that the universe issues come out weeks before the main comic book issues. So in other words, the main comic had a two-parter recently, with 237 and 238. Now, in this two-parter, we saw two characters that became part of the Secret Freedom Fighters, the Wolf twins, Lita and Lyko. Lita and Lyko. I think that's their name. Anyway, we had them helping out, apparently, from what I understand, because I haven't opened the issues yet. Still part of that big plan that I have in motion. But we had them helping Sonic, Tails, and Amy save Lupe and try to capture and possibly down the line help free Sally from control of Robotnik. Now, the point I'm trying to get at is we saw them here, but weeks before part 2 of this story arc, of this story concluded or continued, the first issue in the universe's newest story arc, Secret Freedom Fighters, it came out. And pretty much, the Wolf twins were already part of the Secret Freedom Fighters. Now, the problem people have with this is, it's like you're giving away the fact that basically the thing is that the problem they have is you're giving away the story. You're giving away the story of the other comic. Now again, this isn't the first time this has happened. Let's go back to the Iron Dominion. That's right, let's go back to the Iron Dominion arc. We all know sorry about that, that was my family driving by. We all know that, again, we all know that that with issue 210, we saw at the end that Sonic, Sally, Tails, and Monkey Kong were going to the east to try to disband all of the clans of the Iron Queen, or basically get all the brides to turn against the Iron Queen. Now, this led, of course, into a 4-part story arc. What was funny about this is, instead of kind of running neck and neck with it and kind of expanding it and letting the main comic kind of explore what was going on while Sonic, Sally, Tails, and Khan were gone, instead what happened was 210, they left, and at the end of the next issue, 211, they were back. And it's like, wait a minute, we're about to start, or we just started the Journey to the East arc in the Sonic universe, and already they're back? And you see, that's what kind of got on fans' nerves. They were sick and tired. They were sick and tired of the fact, no, well, they weren't sick and tired at the time, but they were kind of annoyed, just as they are now, that basically either the main comic in the or the universe comic always spoils the outcome of the other book and its stories. And that is one thing Archie Comics needs to work on, according to some people. They need to work on the scheduling. they need to realize, okay, we need to do something that's going to make them proceed with each other so that it doesn't give much away, or it doesn't give much away at all. But you see, that's the problem. That's the problem. Every story that's written always is written to take place either before or after. The Iron Dominion thing was supposed to take place between 210 and 211 of the main book. But because it spanned 4 issues, basically 4 months, that didn't help. That didn't help whatsoever. So basically the point is, even though fans are split right now on what's going on in the comic, basically split down the middle, there's no denying they can agree that they will all agree on one thing: that sometime down the line, Archie Comics needs to get their acts together and realize they either need to release both comics at the same time so they can coincide with each other, or if they're going to do universe stories that are going to connect with the main stories, they need to do them in a way where nothing will get spoiled. So to me, that is why, even though fans, like I said, are split down the middle about what they like and what they enjoy, only from this overall huge story arc that's spanning both books, the one thing they can all agree on is Archie Comics needs to make sure that the comics don't spoil each other. Either it's the main one spoiling the universe, or the universe spoiling the main. They need to make sure that nobody gets spoiled either way. And to me, that is what's needed to be done the most. So, give me your opinions, tell me what you guys think, and I'll talk to you all later.